What is up, YouTube? It is Mr. Egonic, aka your future father, and as you can tell by the title, I will be talking about the Treyarch patch update for Black Ops 2, which goes into effect, or it already has gone into effect for PS3 and will go into effect for Xbox 360 users on December 7th, I believe, at noon. Now, I'm not entirely sure about that, but nonetheless, it is a patch and it will be interesting. I'm not too sure if I'm excited about it. I know they're fixing some stuff that is causing problems in the game, and then they're fixing stuff that they just feel can be better utilized in the game, I guess you can say. That's kind of why I like Treyarch, because if you... The first thing I thought about this was, when I heard this was... well, actually, I was excited, you know? I was interested, you know? But then I also thought about Infinity Ward and how bad Infinity Ward was about patching stuff. I think for Modern Warfare 3, you know, they might... Obviously, they're going to have a couple of patches, but for Modern Warfare 2, they did not patch the one-man army noob tubes, and they did not patch the marathon care package glitch. Now, I'm not entirely sure on that, so don't quote me on that. But I'm pretty sure they didn't fix the marathon one. I know for a fact they didn't fix the one-man army, unless they did after like Black Ops 1 had come out when no one was... Well, because people were still playing Modern Warfare 2, but... And then Modern Warfare 3, you know, they had their few like normal patches, but I don't think they had anything that was too like serious. And Black Ops 2 has been out for a month, and they already have a really big update that has a lot of stuff being changed. And I know you guys probably have already heard about the basics, or you saw another commentator do it, but you know, this is my take, what I personally think about it, and I hope you guys are interested. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the issues addressed. Now, there are a lot of issues addressed in this patch. There's probably about like 30 of them. I did not actually count them, but there are a few that I wanted to talk about. Now, the first one I wanted to talk about is kind of a comical one. If we think back a few days, people were doing a prestige hatch, which everyone was doing, and you know, making to 10th prestige easy. And they put it into like political terms. It was kind of funny how they addressed it. It's like the fourth one down on the list. It says, addressed an exploit where modified console hackers could maliciously spread infected films to other users. Now, they act as if I'm saying we as hackers, but I wasn't one of the people to do that, or nor was I one of the people to proceed doing that. But they say like, just an exploit where modified console hackers could maliciously spread infected films. Like, was the word maliciously really necessary there, Treyarch? And they did that, and I mean, that's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing. So people can't do the prestige hack, but it's just kind of funny how they put it in there with that choice of vocabulary. Moving on, now like I said, there's a lot of issues addressed, but I'm only going to address a few myself. There's, like I said, there's a few more. There's this thing called players using Ghost will no longer be invisible at all times in custom games with the minimap option set to constant, and a lot of people will see this as a useless patch, but to be honest, I'm really like, I like that a lot, because in the last commentary I talked about quickscope lobbies, and you could just set the perk Ghost to you can't use it, but when disabled perk, but what I don't do that. I just go in and play the game, so that the bots are using Ghost and I don't see them on the radar. I mean, that's a good thing, but usually when I do quickscope lobbies, I always set the radar to constant, whether it's me and one friend or me and 4 friends. You know, I always do it that way no matter what, unless it's like 12 people, then I might not do it, but still I would like to have it. And then another thing that they did, which I really don't understand why they didn't have this in the game in the first place. The median for KD graph in the AAR is set to 1 instead of 0.0, or 1.0 instead of 0.0. Now, the AAR is the after action report, so after every game you finish, there's a little like menu screen that comes up, shows you all your stats, and if you move over, well, it actually shows you like your gun progression and how you're leveling up. But if you press the RB button, you can go to stats and scoreboard. Now, when you go to stats, it shows you the past 5 KDs you've had, and there's a little median, like the middle line. And now, I always thought that was a 1.0, you know, positive, or not a positive, but a I guess just a 1 KD, whatever that is. And instead of that, it's a 0.0, which doesn't make sense. So it's impossible to go below the line. So it didn't really make sense to have a line like, I was thinking that, I'm like, you're never going to have a negative KD. So well, you're gonna have a negative KD, but it's never gonna go under that line in the sense of negative 0.57 KD. It's just 0.57. You know what I'm saying? And then they also added a failsafe to prevent spawn trapping in CTF. Now CTF is a gameplay that I try my best not to play. If anyone ever asks to play Capture the Flag, I will say no, we are not playing Capture the Flag, because I just don't find it entertaining unless it's on a map like this that I'm playing right now, Hijacked. And now that I say it's on Hijacked, I thought this would be a good gameplay to show because I'm using the PDW, and guess what? She got patched, guys, and I go 64-18 on this game. Just FYI, we actually end up losing the game, but you know, it's a pretty good KD, pretty good high kills. So I thought I'd throw it on there. And then the gameplay balancing, they did like a lot of stuff here, and like I said, I really love Treyarch for doing this because they don't just add one or two, you know, patches. They add stuff to make the game better. Now, if you look at that and you look at Treyarch would do stuff to just do it. They would just do stuff that maybe the community would complain about, but like I said, they never even did the one-man army NoobTube. And Treyarch will do stuff that they think makes the game better, like the thing I just talked about, like the kill streaks, the median. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to do that, but they didn't have to do that, but they're doing it anyways. And so with that said, we're moving on to the gameplay balancing. Now the score streaks, people were doing a lot of UAV spamming, which was pretty much even when I was running high kill streaks in this game, I wouldn't consider these high kill streaks, but I would consider them, you know, higher than the average player. I'm running UAV, Lightning Strike, Stealth Chopper, which is a ridiculous combo when you're playing on a small map such as Hijacked or maybe like Slums or something. You're playing Hardpoint or Headquarters or like a game type where there are a lot of people running around and you know where they're going. And they toned down the UAV. The cost increased from 350 to 425. So if you were playing kill confirmed, you could get 2 kills, and I guess you would have to get 2 kills and then 2 confirms, or you would just have to get like 3 confirms and you could have a UAV, which was pretty simple, kind of stupid in that regard. I mean, I guess you're playing the objective, but it's rewarding them a little bit too much, and rewarding them, I just mean players in general. And then it, like I said, it increased from 350 to 425. So I think in team deathmatch, 1 kill is 400 points. So, or 1 kill is 100 points. So I think instead of adding or taking 350 to 425, I honestly think they could have toned down the kill confirm tags if they're going to do it in that sense. You know, and because 425, I mean, if I'm playing team deathmatch, that's gonna be like 4 kills and an assist. That's kind of a lot for just a UAV. So I don't know if they should have it separate in team deathmatch, but I mean, in kill confirmed, it's completely understandable. And domination and hardpoint, yeah, I'm completely fine with that. It was very easy to get a UAV in game types such as that, where it was very easy to play. But in team deathmatch, that's 4 kills. Now, I'm not trying to get 4 kills because those 4 kills, you know, they could be a lightning strike. Not a lightning strike, but they could be an artillery strike in World at War. And by 4 kills, I really mean 5. But still, 4 kills is kind of a lot for UAV. So with me going on a rant about UAV spamming, let's move on to the equipment grenades. I haven't even looked over this. I'm just reading this. Bouncing Betties increase the grace period between trigger and activation by 200 milliseconds, which I'm really looking forward to having that happen to me, because I always die on Betties because they go so fast. Now, I die on a lot of Betties. I know you can go prone, but the reaction time, you have to have incredible reaction time to go prone, because these Betties, Modern Warfare 3, I would never die on a Betty, because the trigger time between activation, yeah, the trigger time between like the little beeping and the actual explosion it wasn't like 1 second, but it was long enough for you to go prone and never die from it. And in this game, it's extremely hard. And then moving on a little bit, the SMGs. I know this gameplay is getting close to an end, and this is a long commentary. I'm kind of surprised I was able to do this. SMGs all increased hipfire recoil, which is, hopefully that will just be, what's the word I'm looking for? It won't really have an effect if you're using laser sight. And then all increased max hipfire spread from 4.75 to 5, all reduced bullet penetration, MSMC increased recoil slightly, and PDW increased recoil slightly. And then everything else is pretty much, you know, they made the assault rifle a little bit better, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to do a little bit on the SMGs before this gameplay comes to an end. I was actually watching a commentary by some guy who talked about the PS3 patch was already put on before the Xbox 360 one, and he said that he couldn't really tell a difference. So Hopefully it's the same for me. Hopefully it's the same for you if you enjoyed using the PDW or the MSMC. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this little thoughtful commentary. Thanks for watching. Thank Allah and stay humble. Peace out.